Hello and very warm welcome to all of you. I welcome to your favorite channel Easy GST for you. And today we are going to discuss one important case study, which is relating to refund issues in refund series. So today's topic is zero rated supply and exempted supply. So we are going to see the implications of these as far as the refund is concerned. So let us go through the case study. Mr. X into a supply of tissue cultured plants, which is having nil rate of tax as per the rates notification. So during the month of May 2021, Mr. X has a total supply of 35 lakh rupees, out of which 10 lakh is a domestic supply and 25 lakh is export to USA. Now, as the goods are cleared uh, under LUT, there are no taxes on the output side. So the input tax credit, which is accumulated, is rupees 2,50,000, which includes inputs of rupees 50,000 and input service SOPs of rupees 2 lakh. None of them is block credit as per section 17.5 of ITC GST Act, 75 of GST Act. So whether Mr. X wants to know whether he is eligible to refund the accumulated ITC pertaining to the export of exempt commodity or nil rated commodity. If yes, what is the eligible amount, and whether the answer would remain same if there are no exports and all the supplies are domestically cleared. So whether the scenario still remains the same if Mr. X has forgotten to furnish letter of undertaking of clearing the goods without taxes. So these are the questions. These are the practical issues which may be faced. So let us try to assess this particular case with respect to various provisions of GST Act. So first of all, in GST law, these both terms, which are exempt supply of goods and zero rated supply of goods, both are defined. So the term zero rated supply means export of goods and services or both, supply of goods or services or both to SEZ developer, or supply of goods or services or both to SEZ unit. So these three things are covered under zero rated supply. The name zero rated may get confused with exempt or nil rated, but zero rated is a concept wherein exports and supply to SEZ are covered. Secondly, the term exempt supply is also defined, which means supply of any goods or services both which attract nil rate of tax or which may be wholly exempt from tax under section 11 or under 6 of IGST Act. So section 11 of CGST Act or section 6 of IGST Act. And this also includes non-taxable supply. So ideally three cases are covered. One is the commodity itself is having tariff rate as nil rate, nil percent, 0%. The commodity which is taxable, but via a notification of exemption, which is issued under section 11 or 6, 11 of CGST or 6 of IGST, they have been made exempt or made chargeable at zero rate. And thirdly, non-taxable supply. All such three categories would be covered under exempt supply. So there is a clear-cut demarcation between zero rated and exempt. Zero is export and SEZ, exempt is nil rate. Also, there is a concept of reversal of ITC or non-eligibility of ITC or restriction to the claim of ITC. If we consider the provision of section 17.2, wherein it says where the goods or services or both are used by the registered person partly for effecting taxable supplies, including zero rated supplies under the Act, and partly for affecting exempt supplies under the Act, the amount of credit shall be restricted to so much of the input tax which is attributable to taxable supplies. And taxable means and includes zero rated supplies, because zero rated supplies are in principle taxable supplies. So in an ideal scenario, it specifies that the taxpayer is not eligible to claim ITC on the goods which are used if we are making any non-taxable supplies, exempt supplies, or nil rated supplies, but we are eligible if we are clearing it for zero rated supplies. So the difficulty in the given scenario is that whether the exports of nil rated goods are to be considered as exempt for the reversal of ITC, or ITC on accumulation can be claimed as a refund, as this is export is treated as zero rated supply. So let us now assess the provision of GST with respect to the eligibility of above. So as per section 16(2) of IGST Act, it says, subject to provision of section 17(5), ineligible credit of the CGST Act, credit of input tax may be availed for making zero rated supplies, notwithstanding that the supply may be an exempt supply. So this is very, very important principle that has been laid down, which means thereby that even if the goods or services which are either exempted or supplied to SEZ, either exported or supplied to SEZ unit developer, are exempt goods or services, input tax credit is still available in making such zero rated supplies, provided that that is not blocked under 75. In our example, it is specifically given that these goods are not covered by block credit section 17(5). So the requirement to reverse the ITC in relation to exempt supplies is not warranted if it is a zero rated supply, to conclude. So this can be inferred from section 16(2) of the IGST Act, which we have just seen. So now the question which needs to be addressed is whether the refund of such accumulated ITC can be applied for. So we have to go to section 54(3) of the CGST Act, which reads as so and so, so and so, but it has two provisos. So therefore, which reads as basically zero rated supplies made without payment of tax and where the credit has accumulated on account of inverted duty structure, in simple language. So it has two provisos also. So if we have to take some meaning out of it, that from that provisions, it can be inferred that refund of unutilized input tax credit can be claimed on zero rated outward supplies or exempted goods if export duty is not leviable on exported goods. One, because the government specifically wants to discourage certain goods to be exported outside the country. Two, duty drawback is not claimed by the exporter. For time being, we are not going to discuss this concept because we have a separate video planned on this series on this duty drawback. And thirdly, refund of the IGST paid on such supplies is not claimed because government doesn't want you to claim both benefits from input side as well as from output side. Either you claim it through output side when you pay the IGST, or you claim it from input side, you don't pay the IGST and claim the ITC. So that is how the thing is, and there are these three restrictions if you have to claim the refund of unutilized input tax credit of zero rated and inverted duty structure conditions. So going forward, this provision is further clarified by CBIC, wherein it is stated that as per section 16(2) of the IGST Act, credit of input tax may be availed for making zero rated supplies, notwithstanding that the supply is an exempt supply. But if we go to section 16(3), it also lays down two conditions to claim, or two categories or two ways to claim the refund for zero rated supplies of goods and services, which are: a registered person may export goods and services under bond or LUT without payment of IGST and claim a refund of unutilized input tax credit in accordance with the provisions of section 54. Or a registered person may export the goods on payment of IGST and can claim the refund of such IGST paid on goods and services. So the first condition, which is very important, is that LUT has to be there. A letter of undertaking has to be there. So a bond or an LUT is required to be executed in case of a zero rated supply of exempted goods. Zero rated supply where the refund is required to be claimed in case of accumulated ITC. But whether this particular condition is applicable to zero rated supply of exempted goods, the answer is negative, because there is a specific circular number 45 by 2018, dated 30th May 2018, which says that the requirement of bond or LUT cannot be insisted upon in such cases where the export of exempted goods is done and accumulated ITC is claimed as refund. So whether the bond or letter of undertaking is required, the answer would be no. So to give the answers of the questions asked, Mr. X want to know whether the refund of accumulated ITC can be claimed. The answer is yes. Though it is exempted, yes, the answer is yes. If yes, what is the amount? The amount of ITC 2,50,000 entirely, because it consists 50,000 inputs and 2 lakh input services. No restriction, no bar, no block credit. What is the amount of refund if the sales are in this proportion, rather, wherein the total supply is 35 lakhs, out of which 10 is domestic supply and 25 is export, then the amount of refund would change. If this entire is export, then the entire refund is eligible. But if in this proportion, then the domestic supply probably we will have to reverse the ITC pertaining to that domestic supply, because it will be treated as exempt, and respect to the zero rated supply, we will be eligible to claim the refund. So ideally 2,50,000 into 10 lakh divided by 35 lakh, which comes to 71,429. That is the eligibility, and the remaining amount, that is the non-eligibility, that is the restriction, and the remaining amount will be eligible, that is 178,571. So out of the total ITC of 2,50,000, 71,429 will be reversed, will have to be reversed, and remaining 178,571 will be eligible to be claimed as refund. Whether the answer would remain the same if there is no export and all supplies are cleared domestically. Now this is the third scenario. First scenario we saw all exports, so all eligible. Second scenario partial, so partial reversal. And third scenario, all are domestic. Unfortunately, nothing will be eligible to be claimed as refund, and everything will have to be reversed under section 17(2), read with rule 42 CGST rules. Will the scenario still remain the same if X has forgotten? Answer is yes. We have seen that there is a relaxation given to the exporters of exempt goods, wherein as per circular 45/2018, LUT, even if it is not furnished, it is fine. So that was it on the case study of zero rated versus exempt supply. Thank you so much for joining in with us on this series of issues in GST refund. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And if you like the video, please do hit the like button, and don't forget to share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Easy GST for You. Thank you so much.